Cue the music.
Blocking sucks. And if you don't agree with that, I think you need to have somebody adjust your medication. Because it sucks. You want to know what I think about it? So there was a guy who lives a few hours south of me in Alberta here. He died in a car accident recently this summer. Sad thing, that's not what we're talking about. His business, though, was the metalwork. That's all he did was metalwork. He had all the stuff in his shop to do some pretty serious metalwork. I'm envious, or I was envious, not anymore. Because this sucks. This part of it, what a bummer. But when I say bummer, that's with a capital bum. That's a big bum. Nope. Look at I use. Anybody even got this stuff anymore? Probably not. Because you got to have all the big fancy newfangled bullshit these days, right? You ain't getting nothing straight with this, that's for sure. Anybody who uses this shit, well, you're just a clown. You're stupid. Run away. If you see anybody using this kind of stuff, run away. Run far. Run away like your ass is on fire. Run away like somebody's shooting at you. Get the hell out of there. Am I right? How am I doing? Am I right? That's right. You're damn right I'm right. There's somebody, I don't know what her name is. I kind of remember, see? You see how bad it sucks? Can't even keep a cat hanging around. There's a chick is what I'm getting at. And she does a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of TikTok stuff. TikTok. I don't know if you watch TikTok, but you shouldn't, because it's a waste of time. I waste too much time watching TikTok, and it's stupid. Anyways, she likes this. She's made videos about how this is the favorite part of the job for her. So in through here, you can see the difference here. This is darker than down here. I've already blocked this part out once. This box is a hunk of shit. I mean, that's just the honesty of it. The fella that owns it, he didn't know it was such a hunk of shit. By the time he brought it to me, he had some investment in it because this was a long box. Now it's a short box. He's already invested in it. By the time I found out how big of a hunk of shit it was, I had some time invested in finding out how big of a hunk of shit it was. So this box is not going to be laser straight. Up here's good, down here, up there is good, but here, I mean, there's been some action, and I've already gone over it with Mr. Surfboard that I got there with 120 on it, and I cleaned her right down to body filler and steel in quite a few spots. Sometimes that happens. I don't like repriming stuff. Most of my gigs is a one-shot deal, but it happens. Sometimes you just got, if you're kicking turds, sometimes you can't get all the turds kicked with one boot. You know what I'm saying to you? Sometimes you got to take a couple of swings at them turds to get them all kicked out of the way. How's that for an analogy? Because this is one big turd that I've been kicking. But it's going to be all right. It's not hacked up. It's not butchered up. I mean, if you want, I can bring you over here and you can see my holes drilled for trim, and I can go from the side and I can show you. None of these holes are a 1/4 inch thick. I mean, it's not as bad as all that, but it's not very good. So this box is going to be what you call your wavy smooth. I mean, it's not going to be, yeah, whatever. That's why I'm just using this. I'm not going over it with Mr. Surfboard again, because Mr. Surfboard over there, when you're blocking something out, it's just going to catch your big high spots. I already know. that it's kind of low a little bit here, and then it kicks up over top of the wheel, and then it sinks down again behind the wheel, and it's got a little bit of a valley in between because we got two things coming here. Part of that is the stamping of the wheelhouse, and part of it is just because this box has been manipulated a few times. So if I use Mr. Big Daddy Surfboard over there, I'm just going to hit this edge, and I'm going to hit this high spot, and it's going to bridge over here and bridge over there. Ain't going to do me no good. This guy here, it'll go in between our highs and lows and just make it a nice sail. You know, just a nice calm waters. We don't want the choppy waters. We just want some nice calm waters. Maybe some nice big waves in the waters, not the choppy stuff. You know what I'm saying to you? Does that make any sense to you? You give two fat shits? Do you even give a half a fat shit? That's what I'm doing. I put my mask on, but then you won't be able to hear me bitching. So that's why it's two different colors down here, because this is another coat, another 3 coats of primer here and 2 coats here is what we got going on here. On top of, there's already a couple of coats here that I cleaned most of this off. So there, stick it. You know, I was going to do a video on how stupid the world is. Wouldn't have really been car related. And I don't got to worry about offending anybody because I don't get 20,000 people watching this shit. But so, what I experienced is I've already painted a bunch of this truck. Well, I painted the cab and I painted inside the box. And when I paint, I use a sealer. So it's just like painting your house. When you're painting the walls on your house and you think you got some latex paint and you think you might have some lacquer paint or whatever, well, you put a coat of sealer on it to seal all that stuff off so you can put your top coat of paint on and it goes on all right. Same gig. So the sealer that I use comes pre-mixed and it's gray. It's a little bit darker than this gray before I sand it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit darker than that. So before I painted the cab many moons ago, I went to get some more sealer and they didn't have any gray. All they had some white and they had some black. So I got a quart of each, quart of white, quart of black. Poured them together, mixed it up to make gray. I knew it wasn't going to be the same gray, but so I done that. Poured them together in my gallon can, mixed them up. Well, it made a dark gray, quite a bit darker than the original stuff. Like it's like a gray to a charcoal gray. Kind of probably damn near the color of my coveralls. Can you see this gam? See my gams? Probably the same color as my coveralls gray, which is quite a bit darker than it should be. So that's what I've got underneath my cab when I painted the cab. So now I got to paint everybody else. But I don't want to take a chance on using a lighter colored sealer underneath everybody else. See how much this sucks? Like I'm just sawing. And I don't want to take a chance on any color variants due to a darker sealer underneath. So I goes into the store, and I says to the guy, I says, his name's not Guy, but that's what we'll call him. We'll call him Guy. Hey, Guy. So I says to the guy, I says, I need some more sealer. Last time I bought sealer, you didn't have any of your gray sealer. So I bought some black and white sealer and mixed them together. So I want to stay congruent with what I done. So can you give me some black and white sealer? He says, well, I'll have some pre-mixed gray, all super, and I have some black, but I don't have any white. So I says, well, that's unfortunate. I got a few days before I'm going to be painting. Are you going to be getting your white in the next few days? Are you just waiting for your order or whatever, right? Because I'm patient. I'm good like that. And when I need something, I don't wait until my balls are laying across the train tracks to go get, oh, that was bad, wasn't it? I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't wait till the last minute to go and get something. Like, I go get something before I run out of stuff. And I still got some. I've still got quite a bit, but I wanted to make sure that I got enough. And I wanted to add the new stuff to my existing stuff, just to make sure that, you know, that the colors are good. And anyways, you can't do it. Can't get the white. Doesn't have any white. When are you getting white? Well, I'm not getting any white. Well, why aren't you getting any white? What's the matter with you? So he says to me, he says, and this is part of where my query of what in the hell's going on in the world comes in. Because he says to me, he says, I can't get the white anymore. They discontinued it. They're not selling it. And I says, well, that's kind of odd, because, I mean, you think a white sealer, I mean, if you're painting a lot of white, you'd think you'd want to put a white sealer down. So he says, yeah, but the white sealer is quite thick. It's thicker than the black, and it's thicker than the gray. All right, I don't care. Never noticed before, whatever. Well, people can't deal with it. Because when he can't get white, he contacts the supplier and says, how come I can't get no more white? So it's the supplier telling him this, that people can't deal with it. The white's too thick. Nobody can spray it. They can't get it on. It goes on like primer. It's stipply. It's too thick. Did I say it's thick? Because it's thick. It's too thick. Nobody knows how to deal with how thick it is. So they discontinued it because people can't deal with it because they're stupid. Do you know how many? Oh, do you know how many times I want to repeat the fact that people are stupid? Do you know how many stupid people there are out there? And if you're a stupid person watching this, I apologize. This isn't a direct judgment against you. This is a blanket statement, because as a species on this planet, we're doomed. And I mean, we're doomed. We're stupid. We're as dumb as a stick of frozen piss. That's how stupid we are. So the problem is, people who use this white sealer, I guess maybe it must have changed. They must have changed the formula that made it thicker, but they can't spray it. Well, why can't you spray it? I mean, the shit mixes 4 to 1 to 2. 4 part sealer, 1 part hardener, 2 parts reducer. If it's too thick, why can't you mix it 4 to 1 to 2.5? Why can't you mix it 4 to 1 to 3 if it's too thick? See, a reducer, there's a lot in a name. You use a reducer because the product, as a liquid, it has a viscosity. And if you add a reducer to it, it reduces the viscosity, aka whatever. It's called a stinking reducer. Put some reducer in it, thin it out, would you? What's the matter with you? Well, people can't do that. They got to mix it 4 to 1 to 2 and pound it on there and wind up with a bunch of sealing stipple and then go cry to their mom because they don't know what the hell to do. Because they're too stupid to add a little more reducer to it. So I can't get any white sealer to reproduce. Where's my brush? Want to hear my chair squeak some more? I can't get any more white sealer to reproduce my gray because everybody's so stupid. I just about started cussing. And, I might as well cuss because not very many people watches this shit. So I might as well let her rip, tater chip. I might as well turn the air blue. It don't matter. But that's part of my problem, right? People are stupid. You're stupid. What are you, stupid? Yeah, you're stupid. So I'm not sure. I don't think that I have enough of my gray to finish this job out. So what I think I'm going to wind up doing, can you even hear that? Sometimes this microphone cancels stuff out, so I might just be looking stupid there. What I should probably just go ahead and do is get some of the more of the pre-mixed gray, and when I endeavor to paint the rest of this truck, when I paint my doors, I should see now, and this is what you got to do if you got to problem solve. This is the stuff that you got to figure out if you're not as stupid. Pardon, coffee. If you're not as stupid as the next guy. So what I might need to do is seal my doors and mix up 2 little batches of sealer and maybe even have 2 guns ready and seal the back of my door with my dark sealer that I've got, and then get halfway through my door with that, and then switch guns out and go from the front of my door and seal backwards with the lighter gray sealer, and blend my 2 sealers together so that the door, the color goes dark at the back to light at the front. And then when I do my fenders and my hood and etc., just use the lighter sealer, because if there is any color variance, well, it'll be taken up throughout the center of the door in the blend there. Hopefully there isn't a color variance, but there might be. I don't want to take a chance. And I know how much paint that I've put on the rest of the truck, so I don't want to put any more paint on the panels that I have yet to paint than I've already put on panels that I have painted, just to make sure I don't get color variance, because that's the way it goes, right? So that might be what I got to do. All right, well, I got to put my mask back on, because this is stupid. I wouldn't recommend sand and primer like this unless you got a soft pad. See how soft that is? Look at that. Oh, so soft. It's like it's a really, where are you? It's like it's a really light, really soft foam. I think the whole pad is like that. So when you're hitting your corners and your edges and stuff, well, it's not going to carve it. You don't want to carve it. So everybody gets finished up like this here. A little piece of 400 and one of these. I mean, by the time you get to this point, you're done doing whatever you're doing a long time ago. All you're doing at this point is you're chasing scratches around. So, and I don't need to sand it in 600 or 800 or 1200 or 7000 or 3700 or 4200. 400 grit, that's what I finish it in. Because I seal it, I give it a coat of sealer, and then it generally gets 3 coats of base coat and then some clear. And it's dandy. Here, you want to see something? Let me show you the reason number 3764 why sand and primer on a car sucks. So this here, see all this? I have sanded 2 box sides and 1 door. And this is what you get. You see what I'm showing? Now this here, now I've swept in front of this box side a few times now. It's everywhere. The shit gets in the air and it floats. Like I said, I sanded this door. This door is finished in 400. But it's only a door. I mean, look. Just look, would you? Hey, are you looking? It travels everywhere. It's on everything. Everything has gray primer dust on it. Everything. Do you want me to keep going? I mean, look at my footy prints in the dust. It's like it travels. I mean, it's way over there. I'm up here now. Everybody, look at my vacuum. Look at everybody. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Pisses me off, kind of. Here, one more time. See what I'm saying? So if you want to do this at home, well, just be prepared, because this is what you get. So that's it for this one. If you're still here, I mean, what's the matter with you? Don't you got nothing to do? Come on.